people running into his house, riding elevators with him, like with a loaded weapon.
It's crazy.
And now he's hugging Ebola patients, like just to get out of this job, really? Come on.
What's trending, of course, today and this weekend is that President Obama reportedly will name Ron Klain, who you might remember from the recounts back in 2000. He's been an Obama guy for a long time. He'll be the Ebola czar.
Ebola czar.
Ebola czar.
Now, didn't my boyfriend Rick Perry in Texas actually call for the Ebola czar, and then John McCain also agreed we needed someone?
Yeah, a lot of folks have been calling for an Ebola czar. It makes me really, I'm sort of angry and I'm terrified at the same time. And let me explain briefly why. We have the federal government appointing an Ebola czar, the president appointing an Ebola czar. We have the government feeding the 24/7 media frenzy about Ebola.
Right.
But if you step back and sort of take the 30,000 feet view, we've got 2 people in America with Ebola. Only 2. These numbers don't warrant this intense media coverage, and they don't warrant an Ebola czar. Do we have a common flu czar? Do we have a heart disease czar? Do we have a gout czar? Do we have a strep throat czar? No, we don't have czars for that. We have 2 people with Ebola, and we have a czar. Jen, I conclude the government knows way more than they're telling us.
I agree.
Why are they feeding this media
frenzy? And I have
frenzy?
a feeling we're going to find out exactly how dangerous this is after the election is over, because we're less than 3 weeks away from an election. And then at that point, do you think they're going to come clean and say, okay, here's maybe what's really going on. Here's what we didn't tell you. You know, I don't have a problem. I don't love that they bring in a czar for everything. I think you're right. I think this is like overkill unless they aren't telling us something. And that's a big possibility. But to bring in this guy that he's bringing in, he's not a doctor. This is not someone who's like, you know, going to know things about Ebola. This is just some like political hack guy.
Right. It is. I mean, I hope President Obama is appointing an Ebola czar simply just to sort of squash the political criticism, because why else would he appoint it? Because 2 people with Ebola does not rise to the level of needing a federal czar. So something else is going on. I don't want to be X-Files, conspiracy, Area 51 guy, but I feel that way today.
I'm with you. I've got my tinfoil hat on with you, actually.
Yeah, it looks very nice, by the way.
Thank you. It's sparkly.
I like the antenna that are coming in. It's nice.
But you're right. It smells funny that they'd bring someone in to do this. Now, the CDC coming under fire this week because they had what seems to be pretty major failures with trying to quarantine everything. This woman, the second nurse, Amber. The second nurse that has it, that's now at Emory, she actually called the CDC and said, "I'm taking a flight and I have a 99-degree temperature. What should I do?"
They said, "Enjoy your flight."
Enjoy your flight.
Right.
Now they've got someone quarantined on a cruise ship. One of the other nurses at the hospital who's on a cruise.
I saw that on a Carnival cruise. Yeah, right.
I mean, those Carnival cruises already have some stuff going on.
We got to add Ebola to that.
They don't need the Ebola girl with them. But lots of stuff. We'll keep following it. This is a story that is indeed not going away. And coming up this hour, though, we are going to be covering a lot of what's trending. We have criminal clowns. We have Uber car crimes. We've got fast food news and Charlie Sheen update.
I am so excited for what's trending today.
It's what's trending today on CRN Digital Talk Radio.
Hi, folks. Fred Dreyer for Regenix. Like so many people today, I was losing my hair. I was literally watching it fall out, jumping right off the top of my head. So I said, that's it, enough. I called Regenix. When they introduced me to their patented hair analysis program, I immediately saw why I was losing my hair. Through their microscopic examination, I saw gray, sickly scalp. The hair follicles themselves were caked and clogged with the dirty, oily sludge. I was so relieved. Finally, there was hope. So now as I approach my 8th year on the Regenix program, my scalp is pink and clean and my hair is growing back. That's right, it's growing back. It makes so much sense. Don't wait. Call Regenix right now. Go to the phone and put an end to your worries. Start by calling 1-800-REGENIX. That's 1-800-REGENIX. Or go to Regenix.com.
It's what's trending today on CRN Digital Talk Radio. I'm Jennifer Horn. That's Brian Whitman. And we get together once a week to review what has been trending on social media, on the news, on TV, wherever you are. We're telling you the top stories. And one of them, Brian, is Uber. Now, have you done the Uber experience? It was trending all week this week.
Yeah, Uber is a ride-sharing app. Of course, cab drivers, they're not happy about Uber.
They hate it.
They hate it because they have medallions and they have, certificates from the municipality for whom they drive a cab. And they're not happy with Uber or Lyft or any of these ride-sharing apps. And I have a friend, in fact, who is trying right now to become a Lyft driver.
Really?
Forget about being the passenger and the consumer. He wants to be a Lyft driver.
Well, I think you make actually pretty good money, and you can just choose when you want to work. So it's a very flexible schedule, which is nice.
That's right.
And, the theory of Uber, I've not used it myself, and at some point I will try it because I feel like I just need to so I can speak about it in an educated manner. But You download the app, you tell them where you are, you tell them where you need to go, they send you a driver, tell you when that driver is going to be there, and they send you a picture of the driver so it's safe.
That's right. And apparently, Jen, you get a response within 5 minutes. The car's there within 5 minutes because there are a lot of folks who are driving who are sort of on the clock and waiting for the notice to come and pick somebody up.
Right. Now, when this first came out, I thought, okay, I'm a single girl. Mm-hmm. If I were with a group of people, I would have no problem trying Uber. It kind of freaks me out. I don't know why it freaks me out more than a cab.
No, it freaks you out for good reason.
It freaks me out because you just think, okay, there's a guy who maybe, I don't know how they vet their people.
Right.
Don't know.
I can give you some information on that.
Okay, how is it?
Because my friend who's trying to drive for Lyft, significant and vast DMV background check.
Okay.
And how about this? They want to see the car. They want to come inspect your car for cleanliness. They want it to be clean.
Right, because it's supposed to be a clean car. And it can't smell like pickles like taxi cab.
That's right. No, or hummus.
Or hummus.
Right. Pickles and hummus.
Bad combo.
Yeah, but that doesn't sound terrible, actually, as a combo.
Are you pregnant?
And the other thing is no dents on the car. And how about this? For Uber, not Lyft. For Uber, you can't be an Uber driver if your car is older than a 2005 model.
Well, yeah, because you don't want to be standing there waiting for your driver to come up, and he comes up in an old beat-up jalopy that looks like he can't even that he's like just hit a tree on his way over to pick you
I'm your
up.
Uber driver. Yeah, where are you parked? Oh, they're right here. The Edsel's mine.
Can't happen.
Yeah. No, I tell you, I got a full tank of gas in the Model T. What time do you have to be at the airport? It's ridiculous, but it's scary. I'll tell you why it's scary.
Yes.
Because I like the idea that the driver's got a medallion or a certificate because I'm thinking, and my friend wants to do it, right? Nice person. But I'm thinking serial killer maybe driving.
Right. This is what gets me. So I have not tried it because of this. If I'm by myself, I'm not doing it.
And you're a girl. I understand
But
that.
now this is adding fuel to my fire. So the story this week is that a woman was taken on a bizarre 2-hour-long Uber ride through Los Angeles. She claims she was briefly kidnapped by her driver before being taken home. How weird is that?
Oh, my gosh.
Uber says that she's lying. Uber says this is impossible, that her account is inaccurate. But the woman's story has gone everywhere. I mean, it really did go viral over the week. She said the driver took her far out of her way, brought her to an empty parking lot, and then locked the car doors when she attempted to leave.
Oh, see, that's really weird.
He took her home only after she started to scream.
Oh, my gosh. So has there been any criminal follow-up on this guy?
Nothing, and Uber's denying it. So it's kind of he said, she said. She did call 911, but the passenger was intoxicated at the time.
Oh, she was. So this cast sort of a cloud over her whole story.
Doesn't matter, though. You know what? Because when do you call Uber? You've called Uber after you've had a couple of cocktails?
Correct.
Okay.
And it's priced more competitively than, say, the meter on a taxi cab.
Absolutely.
Right. So you've got that going for you. And, you've had a couple of drinks, or one of them takes, I think Wings is another ride-sharing app. They just
Listen
do
to you.
Yeah, they
You're
just.
all techie.
Sure. They just take you to the airport. They only do the airport. But
Gotcha.
Uber and Lyft will take you to the mall. They'll take you to the doctor. They'll take you wherever you have to go.
But I'm just saying, if you're clear thinking enough to know that you've had a few drinks, but that you don't want to get behind the wheel of a car,
Which is
and you're
a good
making
thing.
a responsible choice.
That's right.
Then I'd still kind of believe her that maybe he took her to a parking lot and was maybe trying to see if he could,
A friend of mine's friend, she took one of these ride-sharing apps just yesterday, and she was going to a franchise restaurant where there are numerous locations, and she's from out of town. She's a tourist. She didn't know she was going to the wrong location.
Right.
So she was at, Beverly Hills when she was supposed to be in, Burbank.
The worst is when they argue with you. You've asked the place. I had a guy pick me up to go to the airport like an executive shuttle.
Right.
And they told me that he would be there at 7 a.m. 6 o'clock, my phone starts ringing. Well, I'm not ready yet. It's early in the morning.
Yeah.
I'm not packed.
You're
I'm
a
not
girl.
showered.
You're a girl.
I'm not ready yet.
Right, but you're
Sorry.
getting ready. Right.
I'm getting ready.
Yeah.
And so he started sending me like harassing text messages. I'm going to be leaving soon. So when I finally come out and get in the car, he looks at me and he said, you've delayed my whole day. And I said, I'm sorry, but they told me you were picking me up at 7:00. I'm here at 6:45 actually. So I'm like,
right, I'm
15
early.
minutes early.
Yeah.
And he goes, nope, it was 6:00, and he was arguing with me. So I pull up the email and I show it to him and he goes, oh, I'm sorry.
But if you're the driver, I mean, you're thinking about a tip, right? Aren't you
Right.
thinking about the tip? Why are you going to pick an
Exactly.
argument with your passenger?
Customer is always right.
Now, as the customer and then the driver, P.S. for my friend who wants to be a Lyft driver, the Lyft driver keeps 80% of the total. So
no kidding.
20% goes to Lyft or to the folks who manage the
So
app.
you live and die by your tips.
Yeah, but you know what, Jen? I found out that you can make, if you're doing it 5 days a week, and my friend seeks to sort of make it his job,
right?
You can make, if you do it full time, you can make significant money.
Wow.
They have you meet with a mentor.
An Uber mentor?
Right. You go to meet a mentor before
What
you...
is that meeting like?
Apparently it was a little weird. I heard it was a little bit weird. But you go and they sort of share, ride-sharing app horror stories with you, and that's like your ride-sharing mentor.
That's very bizarre.
And they make you wait a week before they even let you know if you're okay to be a driver for Lyft or Uber.
It's the cooling off period.
It's a cooling off period.
You know.
Right. You have a 168-hour waiting period.
Okay, so let me ask you this then. If you only make 20% of the fare.
No, you make 80. The driver makes 80.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you said Uber makes 80. Okay, that's not bad. If you're making 80%.
No. Yeah. Right.
That's
if I misstated
now,
it,
do you have
I'm
to
sorry.
pay for your own gas?
Yeah, right. No, you have to have a clean car. You've got to pay for your car washes. You've got to have a full tank of gas. I mean, all that's on you.
Interesting.
All that is on you.
Huh. All right. Well, speaking of cars and clean cars and these cars that may be looking for rides, Volvo has been trending this week, Brian, because they're introducing the driverless Volvo.
I've heard about this.
You have? Now, would you do this? Would you like a driverless car?
Yeah. I mean, look, it raises so many issues. Mm-hmm. I think a driverless car is attractive to some people, but ultimately to surrender that control, driving is obviously you're controlling the vehicle, and to sit in your car, I guess you just program, take me to 123 Main Street,
right?
And the car is going to drive you there. But so many issues arise, Jen. What if, for example, can the car respond and instinctively, reflexively respond like a human driver? What if you're on the freeway or the interstate or the highway and another driver merges from a lane to another? Is the computer system that's driving your car going to recognize as quickly, or by the way, maybe even faster than a human might respond?
Maybe. These cars are going to come out by 2020. They want to create these cars that drive themselves and can't crash, which I think is a really big claim.
It's quite a promise.
I think that the driverless car thing could work if every car on the road was driverless and if it were just computers communicating with computers. But come on. You've been on the road with these drivers that are they make no sense. They should probably be on a bus, not in a car.
I've been that driver.
Yeah, you've been that driver. And you're
driver.
kind of next to them and they make really stupid decisions.
Yeah.
And how does a computer know? How did they anticipate that? I mean, maybe they are smarter than the human, but for me, I want the control.
But this, I agree with you. An upside. Maybe, seriously, DUI goes away.
It does. You can drink while your driver drives you,
I mean, you
right?
can actually read a magazine. Sit
Pop
there, read
a beer and
yeah.
sit with the paper?
See what I mean? No, really.
I know, you could.
I mean, talk about the autonomy and the freedom it gives you in your car to do anything you want because
Put
it's
on my
like,
makeup.
Yeah.
Listen to radio.
I once saw a girl on the street here in Los Angeles doing her nails at a red light.
Oh, my God.
Her toenails.
No.
Yeah.
Okay, maybe I do want the driverless car. I trust myself with control, but not the girl with the toenail polish. That's what's trending today on CRN Digital Talk Radio.
There's no better way to say I love you. I'm thankful you're in my life. I'm glad to be with you. I'm thinking about you, or I miss you. Done with a spectacular flower arrangement from ProFlowers.com. A gorgeous fresh flower arrangement is a must to dress up every birthday, holiday, or anniversary. As a special treat for you, your beautiful flowers start at an amazing low price of $19.99. And ProFlowers.com will include a free vase with floral orders. Imagine a beautiful bouquet of 100 blooms for only $19.99, with a free vase included. Every festive bouquet is guaranteed to last at least 7 days. Tell your loved ones you're thinking of them with flowers. Go to proflowers.com/radio and enter your code to receive this special offer. Enter code DAISY. That's proflowers.com/radio, code DAISY. Send a bouquet they'll never forget. From proflowers.com/radio. Code DAISY.
Try Fry Vineyards, the Mendocino County organic wine with no sulfites added from America's pioneering organic winery. Fry Wine, the first maker of certified biodynamic wines in the United States. At Fry Wines, our emphasis is on producing organic wine of the highest quality while caring for our planet and palate alike. Check out our website at frywine.com and join the Fry Vineyards Wine Club. You'll receive 20% off all orders and much more. Plus, you can check out our internet-only specials. And go to our crntalk.com website or the frywine.com website and check out Chef Piero's Recipe of the Week. Great biodynamic wines from Redwood Valley in Mendocino County, California. Fry Wines. Go to frywine.com. That's FREYWINE. Frywine.com. Check it out and enjoy great wines at your home tonight.
As a small business owner, there's one word that you absolutely dread: payroll. For small businesses, it's a big burden. You may think you're saving time and money doing it yourself. But come on, are you? Timesheets, processing checks, calculating taxes, a total waste of your time. Paychex simplifies payroll processing, saving you time and money. Submit your payroll online, fax it in, or call your dedicated Paychex payroll specialist. And you're done. Learn more at trypaychex.com. Come on, do the math. The IRS dishes out 8 million penalties a year. Make one mistake and you're on the hook. On average, you're losing nearly one business day every month doing payroll. That's time and money you'll never get back, unless you get Paychex. More than 500,000 small businesses already do. Call 888-578-5378. Trade payroll pressure for peace of mind. Call now. 888-578-5378. That's 888-578-5378.
Wow.
Wow.
All of a sudden I feel like we should be...
Are we at a rave party?
Yeah. Okay, you know how I can tell you no? Because anybody at a rave is not going to say, are we at a rave party?
Are we at a rave party? Where's the What's Trending Today
Hello.
mosh? Where's the mosh pit?
Hello, old and out of touch. I'm with you.
Are we at a rave get-together?
Do you have one of those light sticks I could borrow?
I understand the kids attend all of these rave get-togethers.
Have you ever seen, I know this is way off topic, but have you ever seen a girl especially, let's just put it out there, have you ever seen girls getting ready to go to a rave?
I have not.
Okay, I happened to be in Vegas with my aunt doing respectable things like gambling and not going to raves. And we were there at the same weekend as the Electric Daisy Carnival. Is that what it is, Matt? You young people would know this. So
you
the
kids.
EDC.
Okay.
And it's a 3-day thing where people actually die because they do a lot of drugs. They don't drink. It's hot outside, so they get very dehydrated and like drop dead. It's really a party.
And is it a concert type deal?
They have a lot of rave music.
Okay.
It seems horrible. And there's not enough bathrooms, I've heard. Like it seems horrible.
Yeah, bathrooms
but
are important when
these
you're...
girls, you should see what they wear, Brian. I don't know where their parents are. I mean, I'm not a stick in the mud, but I'm looking at these kids going, oh, honey, you got to put some pants on. I mean, these tutus with like thongs underneath and just, I mean, the least clothes, but the most crazy colors and like body paint and feathers. It's very.
And you would think if you're choosing so few clothing items, maybe you get them right.
Maybe you would.
I mean, if you're choosing just basically two things,
a tutu and a bra top,
maybe you get it right. You know, you don't have a lot of decisions to make. You're choosing 2 articles of clothing. It's not going to take a long time. You know, you're not choosing 9 things.
Exactly. This is not coordination here. It's
Correct.
just, you know,
Yeah.
but you should have seen my aunt's face. She's like, where are we? And then she's like, and then she looks at me and she goes, do you think we should go get some tutus? And I was like, no, I don't think we should. This rear end was not made for a tutu. All right. Speaking of rear ends and enhancing our curves.
Yes.
Fast food news trending this week.
I love this.
More than 1/3 of Americans say that McDonald's fries are the best.
I agree with that. I'm your fast food connoisseur here
You
on
are.
What's Trending Today. I love McDonald's French fries. There was a report earlier this year that Burger King, who had introduced the Satis fries.
I love the Satis fries.
I do. We've had them.
We've had them together.
We've had them together. I think they're great.
With a Diet Diet Coke. We felt so good about
ourselves. I wanted to give you sort of a nice date.
Yeah,
I thought a nice experience.
Yeah, absolutely.
A little DC and some Satisfries.
Take me over see the king, I appreciate it.
But I had read a report they were getting rid of the Satisfries, which technically are supposed to be healthier. They're more like crinkle cut.
They're like Del Taco fries.
They're great French
delicious.
fries. And I went to Burger King 2 nights ago. The Satisfries are still on the menu.
Were you happy?
I was so happy. Throw a little salt. Actually, you don't need to add salt. Try them without the salt first.
No, you gotta add salt.
Well, but there's salt on them already. I love pepper on French fries, so I did that. In the report, Jen, you're right. They say McDonald's has the best fries, but who has the best hamburgers?
I think it's gotta be In-N-Out for me. It's gotta be In-N-Out.
Top 2, and I'm all for the first one. They say Burger King has the best burger.
Okay, over McDonald's, I'd say so. The burger's got that charbroil thing. But, Carl's Jr. has a great burger.
That's it. And it all, as your fast food connoisseur, it depends on what you're craving because McDonald's and Burger King have very different and distinct tastes.
They do.
So you will feel like a McDonald's burger or you'll feel like a Burger King burger. And then you choose. Now, here's what I really disagree with. Tied with Burger King for best burger. This is outrageous. They say Five Guys burgers.
I've never even had a Five Guys.
Let me give you the quick review.
Please, yeah.
Overrated in terms of quality.
What I've heard.
Way overpriced. Way overpriced. Five Guys has no business charging what they charge for their hamburgers.
About how much?
I think the burger was $5 or $6.
For a fast food burger, that's a lot.
Maybe the regular burger was $3 to $4. I remember I went with my friend and his mom. And the 3 of us, his mom had a hot dog at Five Guys Burgers.
Okay.
Which she said was good. I haven't had it, so I can't say. But honest to goodness, Jen, it was $25 for 3 people at Five Guys.
At a fast food place.
It was crazy.
Now, you know who never gets mentioned, and I don't know if they're even a national chain, but the Habit is a delicious burger.
The Habit is delicious and
tiny burger, but it's like the meat is not, huge, but it's good.
It's really good, and I'm happy. I'm happy. It is cheap. I'm happy to report the Habit has a traveling food truck, a lunch truck.
Oh, did you travel with it?
I was up against it on the freeway, and I'm flagging them down. Pull over.
Throw me something over here.
Pull over.
Throw BW a bone.
Since we're talking about great fries, also want to give a big nod to Wiener Schnitzel.
Really?
They do hot dogs. The French fries at Wiener Schnitzel, I found out last weekend, are really good.
Interesting. So you visited the Wiener Schnitzel. Is that a normal spot for you?
No.
So this is new.
Yeah.
Did you get a hot dog too?
Yes.
Huh.
And it was good with a little sauerkraut.
And you're a New Yorker, so you know hot dogs.
I like my Sabret's hot dogs. I love Cupid's hot dogs. Wiener Schnitzel. Good job. They serve you the fries in a big cup like Del Taco.
Oh, I love that. I love the cup service. It's all in the presentation.
It is.
All right, well, this has been your fast food report.
Yeah, from the drive-thru. I'm Brian Whitman.
I love that. That has a ring to it. We're going to use it. It's What's Trending Today on CRN Digital Talk Radio. Jennifer Horn and Brian Whitman.
Hi, folks. Fred Dreyer for Regenix. Like so many people today, I was losing my hair. I was literally watching it fall out, jumping right off the top of my head. So I said, that's it, enough. I called Regenix. When they introduced me to their patented hair analysis program, I immediately saw why I was losing my hair. Through their microscopic examination, I saw gray, sickly scalp. The hair follicles themselves were caked and clogged with the dirty, oily sludge. I was so relieved. Finally, there was hope. So now as I approach my 8th year on the Regenix program, my scalp is pink and clean and my hair is growing back. That's right, it's growing back. It makes so much sense. Don't wait. Call Regenix right now. Go to the phone and put an end to your worries. Start by calling 1-800-REGENIX. That's 1-800-REGENIX. Or go to Regenix.com.
Did you know that with a bachelor's degree, on average, you can make almost twice as much over a lifetime than a person with just a high school diploma? Yes! According to the U.S. Census Bureau, you can make almost twice as much. Going back to college is now easier than ever. There are select online colleges that provide laptops to their students. In fact, there are thousands of college programs on your laptop. You can go to college anywhere and everywhere right from a laptop. Call My College Laptop and you can find hundreds of programs from accredited colleges and universities nationwide. Start a new career in law enforcement, business, information technology, healthcare, and hundreds of others. Call My College Laptop to find an online college that will provide you with a laptop. In no time at all, you can double your earning potential. Double your earning potential. Call now. 1-800-731-4185. That's 800-731-4185. 800-731-4185.
Who did you let down today? Your wife? Your kids? Well, how about yourself? Take a look in the mirror. If you're tired of your drug and alcohol problem, you need to fix the problem, and right now, before you hurt or kill yourself, or worse yet, somebody else. Call the addiction specialist now at the Detox and Treatment Helpline, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. If you have private insurance, we specialize in finding you the right treatment. When you call right now, you'll speak to a recovering addict who understands what you're going through right now. Let us help you break your addiction to drug and alcohol before it's too late. This call is completely confidential and free. So if you have private insurance, take 5 minutes of your time. Call right now. I promise it'll change your life. 800-881-1672. 800-881-1672. 800-881-1672. Call right now. 800-881-1672.
Trying to sell your old car? Instead, donate your vehicle to Heritage for the Blind. Pickup is free and your donation is tax deductible. Just call 1-800-785-9618. Heritage for the Blind accepts cars, vans, trucks, and boats, whether they run or not. Call right now and receive a free 3-day vacation voucher to over 50 locations. Call 1-800-785-9618. Donate your car today. That's 1-800-785-9618.
Chuck Wilder here, host of the original Talkback. Noon to 2 p.m. Pacific Daylight Savings Time, 3 to 5 out there on the East Coast. You know, we cover everything you need to know to keep up with what they don't want you to know. Talkback, CRN, Digital Talk, noon to 2 Pacific Daylight Savings Time.
When we're here together because we always get to go through our iPods together. We're bumping.
Now, this song of course, Turned Down for What, right? Have you seen trending Michelle Obama, our first lady, because she's into the fitness and the nutrition?
Eating that turnip.
She's got a turnip. The song is Turned Down for What? She's dancing with a turnip and singing turnip for what?
She looks crazy. I'm sorry, she looks crazy.
She does.
This has nothing to do with politics.
It's apolitical. I like the Obamas and she looks crazy.
When you dance with a vegetable,
you look nuts.
You look like a nut.
If a random friend of ours on Facebook or Twitter shared a video of them dancing with a turnip, we'd be embarrassed for them.
Absolutely.
Of course.
Oh, I would call somebody. I'd say, do you have an aunt or a mother that I could call because this is bad? You can't dance with a turnip.
Yeah. Turnip for what?
White men should not dance with turnips.
No.
And neither should president wives.
Yeah.
All right. So speaking of people who actually, you know what? There is one person on this planet, Brian, who could dance with the turnip.
Oh, I like this segue.
It's Charlie Sheen.
Charlie Sheen, he could get away with it.
Charlie Sheen can do anything he wants. This story just cracks me up because Charlie comes so far and then he slips. According to Radar Online this week, Charlie Sheen has been trending because he split with his porn star fiance.
Oh, I thought it was going to work out.
I did too. Her name was Brett Rossi, I think, but she changed her name to like Scotty McScotton or something, Sheen.
Okay.
I don't know.
All right.
She changed her name so that she could be a respectable woman for him, I think. And now Charlie Sheen said that he's broken up. He confirmed it to Radar. He said, Scotty and I had a great year together as we traveled the world and crossed a lot of things off our bucket list. She's a terrific gal.
Oh.
But we've mutually decided to go our separate ways and to not spend the rest of our lives together.
Can I say something that's a bit jaded,
yes,
but at the same time I think grounded in reality?
Mm-hmm.
She is a porn star.
She is.
She is spending, she's in a relationship with Charlie Sheen.
It's the time of her life.
Yeah, right.
This is the time of her
Correct.
life.
And she's for a year, and by the way, she picked quite a year. It's been,
It was a good year.
I think he's coming back a little bit.
Right.
How crazy must he be if this was her decision to leave? It's a year of scratching things off your bucket list, traveling around. Charlie's got a lot of walking around money, as we say.
Absolutely.
Probably nice restaurants. How crazy does he have to be for her to want out of that relationship?
Now, see, you're taking this differently than I did. I thought that he's the one that broke it off, actually.
You might be right.
Because here's his next quote, and this is where I really lose my mind. Quote, I've decided that my children deserve my focus more than a relationship does right now, which tells me he broke it off.
Yeah.
He said, I still have tremendous fondness for Scotty, and I wish her all the best. Okay. Don't mean to yell. Here's where I start to lose my mind.
You're shaking a little bit.
If you give me a ring and I say yes to you and I'm going to be your wife,
right,
and 2 weeks before the wedding, you call it off and then say you have tremendous fondness for me?
Yeah.
This is how men die.
Yeah. Okay.
Seriously. You want to talk about how women get crazy? This right here.
Right.
Would push a completely sane. I'm not saying this one's sane.
Right.
I'm not saying she's sane at all. I don't know her.
But you think it'd take a completely grounded and sane one.
I am empathizing here. And if this were me, holy moly.
Right. So you have issue with him saying I have tremendous fondness because he's not fond of her.
Brian, would you ever think back to your lovely relationships here?
All right, I'm going, okay, yeah.
Would you ever, you would say, oh, I love her. She's still such a great memory, or she's still a great friend, or she's still in my heart. Would you ever say I have tremendous fondness and then call her a gal?
Yeah, I'm fond for that gal.
No.
What century is he living in?
No.
Yeah, I'm fond for that gal.
Really put down that 3-martini lunch. I mean, he's like Mad Men or something. What a nice
I'll tell
gal.
you, yeah, I have a fondness for that gal. Yeah, you see?
Yeah, see? A little Edward G. Robinson, too.
Yeah, see, I got a fondness for that spry gal. Yeah, huh?
Little cocaine for you, little cocaine for me.
Unbelievable. So Charlie Sheen, I would say he's on the market, but it sounds like he wants to be on the sidelines.
Right. He's focusing on his kid.
Right. He's focusing on his family.
Yeah, of course. Family first for Charlie.
Right.
All right. Also in the news, trending this week, Neil Patrick Harris, who I love. I think he is so great, entertaining, and a great host. He's done the Emmys a couple of times. He's done the Tonys 4 times. Well, now he released via Twitter that he's getting to do the Oscars.
I think it's a great choice.
I do too.
I think that, the Academy always has to make a choice. Who's going to host the Oscars? Neil Patrick Harris, you're right, with his experience, Emmys, Tonys, and he's very funny, and he's very quick on his feet. He was almost going to replace Regis with Kelly.
Which I think would have been great.
Would have been great. He's very comfortable on television. I think he's a great choice, and he's got a real appreciation, I think, for the arts.
I think so too, and I think that he combines, it's very rare that you can find a person who's relatively young. I mean, I think he's around 40, maybe,
so. Yep, yep.
And I think it's rare when you can find someone that older people and younger people would like and that is relatable, and I think he's one of them.
Yeah.
But this is good news for him because I think this could be his post for a while. He was the third choice, however, for the Oscars. Ellen DeGeneres turned it down first.
Why would she who turns it down?
2 people ahead of Neil Patrick Harris, that's 2. Wait till I tell you the second one.
Yeah, I'm interested.
Julia Louis-Dreyfus.
She turned it down?
She turned it down. Now, I don't think that's a great choice to begin with. And then she turned it down.
Yeah, Elaine from Seinfeld?
Elaine.
Unbelievable.
Veep.
Yeah, right.
I'm glad Ellen didn't I really like Ellen on her show. I think she does a great job, but I did not love her as host of the Oscars.
I thought she did an okay job as host.
Kind of rehearsed.
Okay, but they, everyone's compared to James Franco and Anne Hathaway.
Watching paint dry would be a better host than James Franco.
I think Neil Patrick Harris, and I think you're right, Jennifer. I think he will do a great job, and he might be able to keep the gig for a while.
I think so too. I think he could get a little legacy going for that.
You remember Johnny Carson, of course, when we were kids, used to host the Academy Awards,
right,
and he'd come back and do it all the time. He was sort of obviously the gold standard for that show. Neil Patrick Harris will be wonderful, and his life and mine, sort of run parallel to each other.
I did not know this.
Oh,
really?
Yeah,
so you have a connection?
Yeah, when I was a kid, 16, I auditioned because I used to do voiceovers and maybe a little bit of on camera, but not really much at all, for reasons that should be very obvious to those watching us.
Oh, please, you are a good-looking boy.
Oh, my dear, you're
Look at those eyes.
So I auditioned to be Doogie Howser.
Shut the front door.
I did.
Really?
I auditioned to be Doogie Howser, and of course I didn't get the role. I know.
It was close. So it was between you and Neil Patrick Harris?
Wasn't even close. Didn't even get, as we say in the business, a callback.
Oh, no.
But I did. And another one that was Parker Lewis Can't Lose. Remember that? It was on Fox.
It was on Fox. I loved that show. It was around the time Married with Children just started,
That's
right?
correct. Right, that's
and then Fox was kind of coming up with their original programming.
Yep.
And you almost were Parker Lewis.
I was almost Parker Lewis.
I can see that.
I wasn't almost because I didn't even get a callback. You see a trend here? There's a trend.
You didn't get a call back?
No, I didn't get a call back.
You know what? When we have you back for next week's show, you know what? Just wait till I call you. I'll call you by Wednesday, probably.
Okay.
Yeah, don't call me.
Please.
Don't call me. I'll call you by at least, Thursday midnight.
I want a call back for this show. I want a call
You'll
back.
always have a call back with me. All right, up ahead, we still have Joan Rivers news and some Bewitched stuff to get to because that is, great television show. And couples news. I always like to talk about the sexes with you.
If it's trending, we're talking about it.
It's trending, and we're going to talk about it. It is What's Trending Today on CRN Digital Talk Radio.
Let me take just a moment or two, if I may, and talk about a great place to eat. That's right. For you folks anywhere in the eastern San Fernando Valley, drop into Bob's Big Boys. That's right. In Sun Valley at 8274 Sunland Boulevard. Now, everybody remembers the name Bob's. They're getting bigger and bigger every day. And little old Bob carrying the hamburger in his checkered overalls is the same Bob that you remember from back through the years. And, of course, if you want to go in for a great lunch, remember their classic burger, the original double-deck hamburger combination. Delicious 100% pure ground beef in 2 patties with American cheese, lettuce, and our famous Big Boy special sauce. The name is Bob, and I think when you go in, you'll say, by golly, I'm sure glad that I found this restaurant because it's good for breakfast, lunch, or dinner. They've got all kinds of things, and all you have to do is remember. Bob's Big Boy in Sun Valley at 8274 Sunland Boulevard. It's a great place to eat.
What's your IRS problem? Do you owe back taxes? Is there a lien placed on your property? Have your bank accounts been frozen or seized? Have your wages been garnished? Are you being audited by the IRS? Are they sending you letters that demand actions and have urgent due dates? Well, solving your tax problems is as easy as calling Taxes 321. The IRS is the largest collection agency in the world. You need the best representation to give you peace of mind. You need experienced professionals that can cut through the red tape and stop the collection process. If you have a serious problem with the IRS, call the Taxes 321 network today. We'll get them off your back.
800-511-3022. 800-511-3022. 800-511-3022. 800-511-3022.
Makes me so happy. It is What's Trending Today on CRN Digital Talk Radio. I'm Jennifer Horn. That's Brian Whitman. And what you're hearing is the theme from the classic TV show Bewitched.
Great show. Great theme. Takes you back to my childhood, sitting there watching, I think I was watching Bewitched reruns.
Me
of
too,
course.
yeah.
Right, but, sitting there.
Did you ever try to get your nose to twinkle?
I think that's a girl thing.
Okay, I did, because, she was such an attractive lead character. She was so cute, and she kind of, especially for a girl, she fulfilled a traditional gender role, but yet she challenged things.
Very well said, very well said.
Yeah, so I think it was, she was a good role model as you're growing up. And so I constantly try to get my nose to could never do it.
Yeah, I think that it would be a challenge for any human who is not also
a witch
to do that. So.
Do you know that I was listening to an interview with Tabitha, the little girl on the show,
right?
And I guess there was a big debate amongst the directors whether or not she should be able to move her nose.
To move her nose too.
And they said no, because she was a developing witch. That I guess that power comes when you're an adult witch.
Oh,
that was the decision.
A witch in training.
She was a witch in training.
Sort of
a WIT.
That's right. Sort of almost like an apprentice.
Absolutely.
Witch.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. All right. Well, the reason we're listening to the Bewitched theme song, and Bewitched has been trending this week. It's the 50th anniversary of the debut of the classic TV sitcom. And now it's been learned that they're maybe coming back. There are several networks interested in a Bewitched reboot.
I think this makes sense, Jen. What's old is new. Bewitched ran on ABC from 1964 to 1972, and it is one of those classic shows. Obviously, we heard the theme. Everybody joining us for What's Trending Today, you heard that theme, and there was almost sort of a chemical reaction.
Absolutely. You kind of smile.
Yeah, right. So when shows are so easily recalled and it's such a brand, why not bring it back? With all of the dreck that they greenlight for television today, why wouldn't you go to a proven formula, a show that works? Now, of course, obviously we're going to have different actors and that it might not work.
Right.
But it's certainly worth a shot.
And I think the reason this one has a shot, I mean, they're talking about Lost in Space. They're talking about a lot of TV shows coming back to TV. Twin Peaks, it was trending this week that Twin Peaks is actually going to get a short miniseries order for Showtime, and there's a book coming out answering the question of what the characters have been up to.
That's cool.
Which I think is really cool. But I think this one works because you have that trend of the supernatural really taking over TV. You've got Once Upon a Time and Sleepy Hollow, and you have all these kind of fairy tale based shows.
We got the vampires.
The vampire stuff. I think it could do really well as long as they don't screw it up, because I don't know if you've been watching any of the new TV, because I love to set my DVR to watch like all the new TV shows and then see which ones are going to stick. Not much this fall. It's a real slim pickings. It's
really?
Just not good.
What if you had to pick one that you're into?
Gotham.
Oh, you like Gotham?
Gotham is probably my favorite, and Stalker. I love Stalker, and I wasn't going to watch Stalker, but they were actually filming it here at CRN behind the building.
Okay.
And so I thought, all right, I'm going to give it a chance.
Yeah, right.
And I was hooked within the first 30 seconds.
Have you seen the episode where your workplace is shown?
Not yet.
No?
I think that's coming up maybe in the next couple of weeks.
I went to Wagner College on Staten Island in New York, and I graduated in 1994, some 20 years ago. And there was an episode of The Sopranos shot where they used my
That's so cool.
alma mater's campus. And I was so excited.
Don't you get excited? You know, and here's what's funny about the area that we broadcast from, which is high atop the Hollywood Hills. And
sorry,
they film big shows like Sons of Anarchy here.
Oh, nothing. Just Sons of
Sons of Anarchy.
Yeah.
Which doesn't say much for
moving on.
Yeah, so it's nice when the home front gets put on TV.
Shine a spotlight on hometown USA.
That's right.
Why not?
So yeah, and then I'm kind of the verdict's still out for me on How to Get Away with Murder. Like the first episode I didn't like, but I watched it again. It's kind of.
I have a friend who watches that. She loves it, but yeah.
I'm getting there. I'm getting there.
All right.
All right. And Joan Rivers trending again this week. I still miss Joan. I feel like she should be here still. I don't know. I want to turn on E and I want to see her critiquing people's fashion, and she's not there, and it's sad.
I have to tell you, I don't know if you and I have talked about this yet, but E and Fashion Police, of course, the show that Joan Rivers starred on, her daughter Melissa Rivers is the executive producer. They're bringing it back next year. They are going to bring it back. They did a tribute show to her, which was so moving and
I saw some of it.
So funny.
And you cry.
Yeah, you do.
I
cry.
did. I cried a little.
But I laughed. Oh wow!
She's such a fun. She's just so funny, and the people that got offended by Joan just didn't get her comedy because she was a nice person at the core of everything.
There was a tremendous warmth.
Well, now there's the story about her autopsy. The results have come back, showing because no one really knew what she was getting done. Apparently, she had some voice changes and some acid reflux issues, and so she went in for this procedure.
For the endoscopy.
Endoscopy, and she went in for it, and they actually people were thinking that it was propofol that might have killed her, but it wasn't. It wasn't the anesthesia at all. What happened is it actually happened after the procedure was over. She started having these spasms in her breathing tube, in her breathing pipe, and she just lost oxygen to her brain. It was just extremely difficult for her to breathe. And so then she spent that week trying to recover, but there was so much brain damage that ultimately I think they had to make that hard decision to pull the plug.
Now, trending a number of weeks ago, we talked about it on What's Trending Today. Melissa Rivers, the daughter, has reportedly filed a lawsuit against Joan Rivers' personal physician.
And this autopsy, the results are going to help her because, according to the medical examiner, this could have been prevented. This was a human mistake that happened after the procedure was over. So
we had heard the story that the doctor took a selfie while Joan Rivers was
out.
Under, right?
It's so bizarre. Who does that? It's just
right.
Something went wrong here, and then it comes out that this is actually an office that sees lots of celebrities. So it makes you think, why would this be such a big deal to have her in the office if they're seeing celebrities all the time?
Right, and not just the endoscopic office, but the doctor, the personal physician of Joan Rivers, her client list, her patient, the people she cares for, all celebrities.
Yeah.
All celebrities.
They're all celebrities.
Right.
So you wouldn't think it would be a big deal. So there's something going on here. And the person that actually did that procedure to her has quit.
Right,
so
right.
More to come on that. Plus, we have some couples news up next. It is Jennifer Horn, Brian Whitman on What's Trending Today on CRN Digital Talk Radio.
This is Primetime Focus. I'm Aileen Ellis. In the U.S., credit card fraud is a huge problem. AARP financial educator John Dolphinet.
More than 2 people in every 5 experienced some kind of credit card fraud within the last 5 years.
The chip and PIN credit card system used by other developed countries is a lot more secure. But making these cards is expensive, so now the government is giving companies a push.
And one of the ways they're getting retailers to adopt this is they are putting the burden on the retailer. If a retailer doesn't adopt the new chip and PIN technology, by 2015, they will start becoming responsible for fraudulent transactions made in their stores. Right now, responsibility is with the credit card company.
So far, a few companies have made the switch.
In fact, American Express and Citibank have already been sending out these cards to their customers.
That's Primetime Focus, brought to you by AARP. Hear all our programs on the web at aarp.org/radio.
Have you ever considered adding a home security system but thought it would be too expensive? Here's the good news. There's never been a more affordable time to help protect your home, valuables, and your loved ones. You can now get a $100 Visa card from Protect Your Home, your authorized ADT dealer, with the installation of a new ADT monitored system. Here's even better news. Your new system, worth $850, is free. You pay just a $99 installation charge and purchase monthly monitoring for less than $2 a day. Call Protect Your Home today at 1-866-669-8954. That's 1-866-669-8954. Get the peace of mind that comes with owning an ADT monitored system, plus a $100 Visa card from Protect Your Home. Call now, 1-866-669-8954. That's 1-866-669-8954. 36-month monitoring contract required. General terms and conditions apply. Visit protectyourhome.com/terms.
If you're in the market for new hardwood flooring, you need to check out unique and durable bamboo. It's twice as hard as oak, and right now Lumber Liquidators has a huge selection of bamboo on sale. Get beautiful Morningstar bamboo for only $149 a square foot, or stunning textured hand-scraped bamboo for an amazing 43% less than other stores. Durable and unique at an amazing price. Just go to lumberliquidators.com today to find the store nearest you. Special 12-month financing is available, but hurry, these amazing deals on bamboo end Tuesday.
Hi, this is Stan Weisleiter.
And Malcolm Berman.
Join us each week for The View from Over Here on CRN Digital Talk Radio. Tuesday at 10 Pacific Time and 1 p.m. Eastern.
We'll talk about everything and anything. News, sports, and the movies with Jerry and Jeff Cutler.
That's The View from Over Here. Tuesday morning at 10 a.m. Pacific Time, which is 1 p.m. Eastern Time. Right here on CRN Digital Talk.
First things first, I'm the realest. Drop this and let the whole world feel it. Let them feel it. And I'm still in the murder business. I can hold you down like I'm giving lessons in physics. Right. You should want a bad bitch like this.
I wonder what she got in English.
I think that maybe a D student.
You think so?
Yeah, maybe a D student.
So what's trending today on CRN Digital Talk Radio? I'm Jennifer Horn, an A student in English. Let's not talk about math. And Brian Whitman?
I was New York City Public Schools Honors English.
Look at you. How are you in math?
Terrible.
It's a thing. I know.
It's the brain. Either you're a history, artsy, English student, or you're a science and math kid.
I think so.
Yeah.
I actually finally learned math when I went to college. Finally, I had a good math teacher, and people were coming to me to tutor them in math, and I thought, me? You want me? What?
I took in college statistics.
Yeah, that's a great class. It's what I aced.
Really?
Oh, I was the tutor in that class.
I dropped it. I was so afraid.
Oh, see, I love statistics.
Oh,
that
gosh.
actually makes sense to me, that math. All right, congratulations going out, by the way. Trending this week, of course, the baseball playoffs heating up. The World Series starts next week.
That's right, the Giants and the Royals.
Congratulations to them. It hurts me to say because, as a Dodger fan, it hurts me to give congratulations to the Giants.
So suffice to say, you'll be rooting for the Royals.
All the way.
Kansas City, here I come.
I want them to win in 4. I don't even want it to be a good series. I just want the Royals to just steamroll the Giants.
Would you like it to be brutal?
I'd like it to be brutal.
Okay, all right.
There to be broken bats.
No mercy.
No mercy.
Okay.
I want it to go. Who are you rooting for?
I don't really care.
Oh, you have to pick a team.
Well, we live in Southern California. We do the What's Trending Today show from Los Angeles. So I have affinity for my hometown. So I guess I won't go for San Francisco because they are a rival of
Your
our
favorite
Dodgers.
team is anybody who plays the Giants.
Basically.
There you
is
go.
Is that what it is?
That's how it goes.
All right, so I'll go for the Royals. And by the way, it's been like 28 years since they've been in the...
Yeah, it's a good story.
Yeah,
I think
right.
85 was their last time. And they've really got momentum. I mean, a wild card. Both of these are wild card teams.
Right,
so
right.
It's
It's kind of cool. Yeah.
And they beat the Angels, the best team in baseball, and they beat them convincingly.
Yeah,
so.
right.
All right, a study out today. Parents are trending now. Parents who regularly kiss
each other,
right, are less likely to shout at their children and more attentive than couples who have tensions.
I sort of understand that. They say affectionate parents are more likely also to praise their children. Look,
even though they're too busy making out.
Well, you know what? Look,
you're really good.
If you're in an affectionate relationship, and so you're probably, if you're kissing your partner, you're probably more likely to be happy. And if you're more likely to, if you're in a good mood, then you're not going to yell at your kids, and you're going to raise them up and praise them.
Plus, as a woman, if you kiss your husband a lot, that means he's going to stick around. Let's just be real here. You know, men that don't get that kind of physical attention, they're going to be out of the house more. They're going to be looking for that bump of testosterone somewhere else. I'm not saying that they will cheat, but I'm saying they're going to be looking for
they're going to be looking for that affection and emotion from another source.
Whether it's hanging out in a bar with their friends or wherever it is,
and
they're going to be somewhere else.
Jen, I don't want to call you sexist, but I will say the same goes for females. If
we want to feel desired,
sure. If a female in a relationship is not getting the praise and the affection, she too will find another source for that.
It's different though, because women will still be with their kids no matter if they're getting attention or not. Men have the flexibility, I think, to say, I'm not getting attention. I could take that late business meeting. I can go out of town this weekend. I don't know if women have that same luxury. And maybe they do more now than they ever did, but I think it's still very true.
Yeah, look, I can remember my mom and dad.
Were they affectionate?
They were. I always remember maybe sort of feel awkward sometimes, right?
Really?
Because my dad would...
Do you all warm and tingly?
No, they were like, they had fun with each other, you know?
Yeah.
So my dad would come and try to get a kiss, and she'd go, oh, not now. But then they'd hug all the time, and they always pecks on the cheek. And
that's the kind of relationship I want. I don't remember my parents being affectionate. They're also divorced. So.
Okay.
But they didn't yell at me very much. I was a good kid. So,
I have warm memories of my mom and dad being affectionate. And I was raised where, for example, I kissed my dad.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
And
same-sex kissing is okay with kids, I think. It's fine.
And boys who are raised to be open with their emotions around their dad, I think, are healthier.
Absolutely. Absolutely. All right, that's going to do it for us. We will be back with you next week to tell you what's trending. Check us out on Facebook or at crntalk.com for all the links to the stories. We'll have it up there for you. For Brian Whitman and Matt Bissance, I'm Jennifer Horn, wishing you all a great week. Enjoying all your favorite CRN programming is easier than ever. It's right on your TV, through your local cable provider, and on the web at crntalk.com. But when you're on the move, stuck in a plane, train, or in your car, catch up on all the shows you missed.